blanket offer. Pour it on her. And you're gonna grab the bag, go smack, smack, smack.
The internet is such a negative place, such a negative space.
I'm gonna go pee in the face, okay?
This thing, it's just horrible.
I will literally have people do theirs for thousands of dollars and like of them like torturing, you know, and hurting themselves, and it just feels so good, like you get high from it.
Okay.
Dude, Aiden Ross literally behaving like the kid that tortured animals at this point. But instead, because he's rich enough, he's like actually getting humans to torture other humans, which makes it even more fucked up. You know what I mean? Wouldn't be a Jobbery video without some decadent beats.
I'm sick and tired of everything going on, man. Each of me alive every day I have to wake up and see something negative on that net. And it just pisses me off.
Okay.
I'm sure you've noticed the internet's been kind of weird lately.
Here's why you gotta break up with your girlfriend if you're not making 6 figures a year.
This new breed of females are literally equivalent to blood-sucking vampires.
You never apologize to a woman. I don't give a f if she caught you cheating in the bed, in her f***ing bed with another chick. Bitch, it's your fault.
I can't scroll my timeline longer than 10 seconds without seeing some finance bro drooling into a mic about how women are evil for not wanting to spend their lives cooking and birthing children. Okay, well, they don't cook the children, but annoying and insecure dudes complaining about the individual choices adults make in their own personal lives is, of course, hardly a new concept. The ultra-online red-pilled alpha male-based Pepe Giga Chad weirdo manosphere has always existed to some extent, but has only seen more of a renaissance over the past year or so, when their lord and savior first made the news in April 2022 for a, hang on, let me check here. Oh yeah, a sex trafficking investigation. His provocative comments surrounding women and masculinity catapulted Andrew Tate into the cultural zeitgeist, becoming inarguably one of the most famous people in the world by that summer. Suddenly, everyone with internet access went from having no idea this guy existed to seeing him.
Dude, misogyny was such a fucking rocket ship for this dude that everybody started literally just copying his bit. Like, he's not the first to do it, but he was like pretty much the best to do it. Let's be fucking real. And what I mean by that is just like take misogyny and like get on that rocket ship and be the face of that rocket ship all the way to the fucking top. And like since then, it's like a power vacuum has happened. It's like executing Saddam Hussein and then leaving Iraq to like multiple different military factions that you have armed. Okay? You cut off the head of the leadership, and then all of a sudden, there's like, who's going to be the ISIS of misogyny? You know what I mean? Who's going to do that? Because he was the Saddam Hussein of misogyny. And now that he's been like, you know, dealt with, I guess, by the Romanian prison system, kind of. Now it's like, who's going to be the fucking ISIS? Like, and everyone is going for this power vacuum leadership role. Everyone with a fucking Shure mic, an SM7B, and like, you know, a fake podcast, bisexual lighting, and like the worst beard haircut combo I've ever seen is out here rocking the tightest button-up shirts going, oh my God, women are fucking whores. They're bitches. They don't want to fuck you. They should want to fuck you. Why don't they? Okay? That's where we're at now. This is the entirety of the internet. Aren't you currently using a Shure mic? Fuck yeah, bitch. I'm the fucking guy. I'm the guy, okay? I am the ISIS of misogyny. That's what I'm saying. These guys step the fuck back.
His chin-deprived face every waking day. While many of his beliefs remain heavily contested and flat out wrong to this day, one universal truth that cannot be argued is that these two...
It's just like funny because the audience... Sorry, I'm cutting this off again. But it's funny because the audience is so fucking stupid, and Andrew Tate basically revealed that. Like, Jordan Peterson was doing too much like intellectual mumbo jumbo. Like, he wanted to come across as like smart too hard. And basically, like, Andrew Tate revealed that, like, no, you just have to be, like, really dumb. Like, you have to dumb it down. Doesn't even matter. You can be smarter than it. You have to just, like, dumb it down. So now it's, like, a race to the fucking bottom of, like, who can be the stupidest person. Like, I feel like next week we're going to just have people literally going, bitches, war. And then people are like, dude, that is so good. He's just like me for real. Let him cook. Let him cook. He's saying ooga booga so bad, dude. That's fucking sick, dude. This is how women make me feel. Okay.
Two men started a revolution amongst angsty young boys with a severe
that
lack
was great.
of direction
That made me
in their
feel good.
lives. Teens who are in desperate need of self-validation and a good reason to be angry with the less than desirable situations they found themselves in have looked for solace within this guy. Everyone searches for meaning, and Andrew Tate has generously shared his real-world experiences in an effort to elevate the human spirit.
If one more dumbass says my mic is clipping, I'm gonna literally yell the entire time. I know it's clipping. When it peaks, it clips, okay? Suck my dick, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your, like, open back $1,547 studio headphones are making you hurt your ears when you're watching. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's clipping. It's clipping. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Spirit. For the right price, of course. And if by elevating the human spirit you mean violent misogyny, regardless, he's offered a weird, twisted sense of hope for vulnerable audiences to latch onto, and an ideology for irresponsible creators to mindlessly regurgitate. When Sneeko isn't getting ratioed into oblivion by anyone with a Twitter account, or getting cuckolded by the woman he loves, he can be found on a Twitch knockoff site, parroting Andrew Tate talking points, or just flat out dancing to edits of Hitler. No idea.
Oh, another this Hitler moment reminded me. Another show that I'm like kind of medium on. I wouldn't like go out of my way to be like, this show is going to be a fucking banger, even though it has Woody Harrelson, and I love Woody Harrelson, national hero, icon. Is the HBO show The Plumbers, the true story behind Watergate. The reason why the Hitler moment reminded me is because, you know, one of the two dudes is like an out and about Nazi. Ain't Woody an anti-vaxxer? I don't give a fuck. Plumbers is decent, not insanely good. Yes. The first episode was all right. Let me tell you something. The reason why I say it's all right, it's decent, is because that show is extremely my shit. I love Woody Harrelson. I love the other guy too from, what is it, Leftovers or whatever. I love both of those things, and more importantly than that, I love a humorous concept, like a humorous look on real world events that surround like an important moment in politics. So Justin Theroux, is that Justin Theroux? He's Louis Theroux's cousin. Anyway, whatever. Shut the fuck up. Who cares? Yeah, he's fine. He's very handsome. I like him. He's like fun to look at. Pleasant to look at. Sorry. So I think I should love that show. You know what I mean? I should fucking absolutely love that show. And the fact that I don't love that show means that, like, the fact that I'm not like immediately like I went into the show with really high expectations, feeling really great about it, and I left the first episode thinking, it's all right. But it'll be good. Did you ever watch This Is Stalin? Yeah, it's incredible. I love Armando Iannucci. Everything he makes, with the exception of that one HBO show with Dr. House as the lead, has been great. Armando Iannucci only delivers bangers, especially as it pertains to politics. Okay, let's get back to Adin Ross.
What happened there? But it's hard to deny Tate has left a lasting impact on the very youth he financially capitalizes on, creating a whole army of bots who will linger onto every word that spills out of his mouth, change their physical appearances to match his, and even go so far as to sniff the very musk off his chair. Literally.
And it took me a while to understand that, and you know it did. And I just want to say,
Today,
Oh my God, dude. How is this person not fucking like laughed out of every room? This is what happens when you're this is what happens when society is fucking stupid. Okay, that's just how it is. There's nothing you can do. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. That's it. That's it. That's what's going on. The entire audience wants to sniff Andrew Tate's asshole. So they prop up Aiden as the guy who was lucky enough to get that opportunity. Shocking. Sad state of affairs.
I'd like to focus on one of Andrew Tate's most loyal soldiers, a man who has found deep meaning in his teachings and vowed to leave his—
You learned that phrase last week and you love it now? No, I used to say it all the fucking time way back in the day. It's just like I've been saying it more frequently because I think it's like a great take.
His own impact on the next generation in a similar way, when he can actually pronounce words correctly.
Far right authorization on ultra-analytic, oh my God, ultra-analytist, Benito Mussolini. What is an example of a fastest?
Benito Mussolini.
Join me on my descent down the rabbit hole of a streaming icon who's recently found himself just as radicalized by the top G as any other impressionable kid out there, while we explore what really happened to Adin Ross.
I just woke up to some crazy catastrophic news about Andrew Tate. Interesting. They just got raided and arrested in Romania. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's going on.
I talked to Tristan and Andrew chat. They're home, bro. They're home, and it just feels amazing. They call me Little G. Little G. You need to be alive in my life because you came for a reason, and you're here to inspire me for at least tens of years. I'm gonna have to change your diapers.
But before we get too deep here, I do want to give a huge thanks to our sponsor, Aura. If you've ever Googled yourself and were shocked to find your personal information exposed,
but chat, I want to start to get
protection of our data.
But chat, I want to start to get more girls on my stream, probably next month type shit. I'll definitely be out there around the time we dropping that song. Okay, cool. You talking about? So, what happened?
The Big Bang?
No, I know the Big Bang Theory.
What is it?
It's where, I really don't know. Do you believe in soulcalism? So the average salary is what, like $100,000? What?
Adin David Ross was born on October 11th, 2000 in Boca Raton, Florida. Raised in a Jewish household by two parents alongside his older sister, Naomi. Moving several times from Florida to New York to California, back to New York, then back to California again, thanks in part to his parents divorcing, remarrying other people, then finally remarrying each other again. Right from the start,
wait, what the
nothing
fuck?
about Adin's life was predictable or stagnant. Opening up on a podcast about it.
Okay, never mind. That's like that. What? I've never heard that happen before. Is that normal? Yeah, he's a Boca Zoomer. That actually, like, that identifies like a big part of the problem. Like, yeah, he's just, you know, Boca Raton Zoomer, dude. Come on, dog. That's like, you can't be normal at that point. Like, that's a community specifically for like all the people from New York that are retiring, you know? It's a very wealthy neighborhood. My grandparents divorced and got back together 30 years later, but not remarried. My parents remarried each other twice, finally got divorced the last time when I was a kid. That's crazy. I've known lots of people who got married young, split for years, and ended up back later together in life. Wait, really? What the fuck? Bro, I had no idea it was like that. That's pretty cool. We all have our unique upbringings. I mean, dude, it's kind of sick. Like, that's a cool story. But yeah, it doesn't matter because he grew up in Boca Raton. So, you know, you can't unfuck that. You know what I mean? Like, it's over.
An instance where he was stabbed in his sleep by a mentally unwell relative at the age of 12.
When I was like 12 years old, I got stabbed by a knife. So in my sleep by a family relative who was like mentally like unstable.
I just gasped like 3 times in a row.
Having to be rushed to the hospital in the dead of night to get 9 stitches made him numb to traumatic events as he grew older, according to him.
When that happened to me, I went through it for like a week. I don't know what it was. I became numb and kind of like emotionless to traumatic shit. It's crazy. I could just put it like behind me. Like, you know, picture like you're jumping over like a hurdle. It's like a hurdle. I'll just jump over that motherfucker. Like, I'm not really letting that shit get to me.
Throughout the chaos, Aiden took an affinity to gaming as a kid. Anyone around Aiden's age, including myself, can attest to the fact that titles like Halo, Call of Duty, and GTA really helped shape a lot of childhoods at the time.
It was like 2008. Black Ops 2, NBA 2K series, GTA 5, you know, that's my type of games.
But Aiden wouldn't take his hobby of gaming public until his senior year of high school, when he first created a Twitch account. Tired of waiting tables, Aiden showed serious determination to make streaming his full-time job, with some of his earliest streams being over 10 hours long. Moving to LA with his sister over the summer of 2019, Aiden streamed consistently enough that he quickly garnered a small but intimate community and started raking in pretty decent money. His ambition at the time was actually pretty inspiring. After all, it's always good to stay driven and set goals for yourself, but I don't even think Aiden was prepared for just how quickly those goals would be met.
Just pick me up and fuck me.
Give me that! Let's go, Bronny! That's what the f I'm talking about! Bronny! Here we go, here's game 1, bro. Bro, I wanna break something so bad, bro. It's not fair. 4 seconds! Stay! This game is f***ing ass, bro.
NBA 2K was Aiden's first gateway into mainstream recognition. Not just
it was Bronny, because he like linked up with LeBron's son, and he became besties with him, and then yeah, that's like the biggest LeBron L, honestly. That's probably the only one. In a career filled with like incredible shit, he basically led to like Aiden Ross's popularity by, I don't know, not sheltering his son a little bit better from outside influences like Aiden Ross. I'm just joking, but you know, LeBron can do no wrong. Let's be fucking real. I love him. If I ever saw him in the real world, I would probably perish. But
because it was one of the primary games he streamed, but because the people he met playing it proves to be pretty instrumental in Aiden's early career. For example, maybe you've heard of this guy, LeBron James. Yeah, well, Aiden became pretty good friends with his son, Bronny, by playing 2K. Actually getting the chance to meet LeBron himself on stream at the beginning of 2020 in a particularly viral moment.
What's good, bro?
It's LeBron?
He said, is this LeBron?
Yo, gigantic fan. I love you.
Nah, it's all respect, man. I appreciate it, man.
And look,
showing love and respect to me and my son. Nice meeting you, man.
Hey, nice meeting you.
Keep it going, all right?
Yeah, all right, bro.
Because LeBron is LeBron, this interaction gave Aiden his first taste of media buzz. Putting his name in front of more people ended up doubling his audience as he began streaming in front of thousands of more eyes.
it's like, you wish that was you 100%. That's the only thing I would ever be jealous of. Like, I am jealous of nothing, okay? I'm very happy in my life. I'm very confident. I think I am a very fortunate person. But yes, it would be so sick to meet LeBron. I mean, come on. You're a man being able to admit you're jealous? Oh, yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. It would be so sick. I would cry. I would probably have tears. I would have tears. It's LeBron. Are you kidding me? He's the GOAT. He's literally the fucking GOAT. Anyway, let's continue.
Of course, it was nothing compared to the behemoth his audience would become shortly after, but blowing up to that extent would call for a fresh form of content, something that could captivate a more generic audience outside of his insular community of gamers.
Take you to the Coliseum, you go watch me fight some lions or something, you know what I'm saying? Something slight.
What the f?
Dating shows have been a longtime staple in American media and will most likely continue.
Not even a top 5 player, dude. Top 1 at playing with your mother's heart. Take 30 minutes off, dude. I'm done. The disrespect of this fucking GOAT does not deserve, dude. That is so insane. That is so delusional, dude. Literally, you know what GOAT means? Greatest of all time, okay? Not greatest of all today. Of all time. Okay?
continue to garner mass attention by taking on different forms. Aiden must have understood what bringing women on stream could have done for his brand, so he began hosting live e-dates through Discord, where crusty boys could compete for a date with whichever woman was unlucky enough to be featured that day. This naturally resulted in some incredible non-stream moments that I can only describe by showing you.
Juju, let me see that you have game, bro. Come on, let me see you got game.
Oh god. Oh my god.
What the f is this?
Yeah, this shows where Riz goes to die, but it made him an even more talked about figure among the LA crowd, being invited to do a hot tub stream with Corinna Kampf that got him to trend on Twitter around the time he was seen partying with the likes of FaZe Clan and somehow even Cactus Jack. After an incredibly successful streak in 2020, Aiden was riding high on the prospect of what the future could hold for the new upcoming year.
Both of those motherfuckers in that photo need to check him, okay? Both Brother Banks and also Big Mike. Everybody that says social climber literally doesn't understand that, like, this is, like, what is he supposed to do? Like, of course, first of all, it's a mutually beneficial relationship in that regard because he was already, they saw something in him that was uniquely creative. And at the time when, like, FaZe was helping him out, Brother Banks was helping him out, he was already popping off. And secondly, that's how this industry is. That's how most industries are. Like, that's how you become a big creator. Okay? What do you mean? There are two ways to do this. I talk about it all the time. Either through positive relationships that you develop with content creators that are larger than you and around the same size or smaller than you, or by being like a fucking clown ass who's like constantly antagonistic to every single person. And the second one sucks. The second part is what a lot of people try and do and fail after a long time. You can say, okay, capitalist, but like what? This is what I don't get. You know what I saw? I saw fucking clip. I saw a tweet. I think it was like a YRG updates account or something. You know what I mean? It was like a Rage Updates account. Posted a Rage quote saying like, I'm not going anywhere else. I'm not going to any other platform unless they pay me. Right? Like he responded to a viewer or something saying, he might have deleted it at this point, but that's basically what he said, right? And I looked at the comments and someone was like, dude, these guys don't care about you. They would sell you. They would sell you for the bag or whatever the fuck, right? Like they would sell you down the line for the bag or whatever. And no, his audience was like pretty receptive and pretty understanding. He was like, why wouldn't he make money doing this? Like, why would he sell himself short? Which is really interesting to think about because like that guy's not thinking about it from like a labor perspective at all, right? That guy's not thinking about it from a labor perspective at all. He just likes your rage and he's making that assessment on his own, which is smart. He's right. It's so fundamentally flawed that people just think that like, knowing your worth or recognizing that they value that you offer and having at least like some level of leverage to be able to ensure that your demands are met is considered like capitalist. Like any kind of positive association with like earning your, getting back more of your value that you've generated is considered capitalist when it's like fundamentally a socialist principle. But I digress. That's unrelated to what I was talking about. It's interesting to see though. Like it's interesting. It made me happy to see that like there are audiences out there like Rage's audience who are defending him against like some silly shit like that. Anyway.
Bro, come on, you tap my ass, bro.
It's part of the handshake. I'll do it slower if you want.
Turning his back on 2K,
this was his like gay baiting era.
Aiden kicked off what would become his rapper era by first playing GTA with Detroit artist T Grizzly before moving on to even bigger names like Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert,
What the fuck?
and Soulja Boy.
Bro, it's not even a joke. Yeah, someone else has said that gambling ruined his streams. Even his fans agree with that. Yeah, the bag for Aiden, the gambling bag ruined his fucking streams. Now, remember what I said about like going to a different platform and getting the bag thrown at you for going to a different platform? There's that. Okay? There's that. And then there is the really just going overboard and selling your audience short and like selling them a bunch of dog shit that's also bad content. And it's really interesting to see this because his sussy rapper era was probably peak Aiden. Okay? That's when he like really started gaining a lot of prominence. He was like 100K viewed streams over and over again. He did a phenomenal job of bringing a lot of fucking like noticeably famous legacy media talent onto this fucking platform, which I think Kai also does a really good job with and is continuing that quite well. Okay? That was great. You do it well too? No, I don't do it well. What are you fucking kidding me? Bro, I had 2 people that are content creators that are, you know, sizable yesterday. Nobody cares. Nobody watched that shit. That's entirely different. That's entirely different than like having fucking Little Yachty and like, you know, super famous people on. Like AOC is the last time, or Grimes and AOC are like the 2 times I've done that. You know what I mean?
It's wild to think that Twitch, and really any social media in general, has the capability to connect such well-established celebrities to someone who was just waiting tables in their hometown not even 2 years prior. It must have been a surreal experience for Aiden, but that didn't mean he wasn't gonna do his best to make an impression.
I'm rapping in the streets.
Yo.
Whoa.
Golden
In the streets.
Whoa.
Better beat is me.
No.
Silky, fuck me. Fuck me, Silky, fuck me. So they want to know how big is your dick?
Whoa.
Yeah, Aiden was a big fan of acting sus around people he just met. Aiden had cultivated an audience of teens, predominantly boys, who were drawn to that specific kind of humor. Aiden himself—
I never thought that Aiden Ross's like homophobic sus moments was actually noticeably better than what he would become. Like, think about that. Like, what he ended up evolving, or rather devolving into, is so bad that like his sus shit is like nothing in comparison. Especially if he like followed that up by being like, I'm confident in my sexuality, which he wasn't. I'm not saying he ever did that. But like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of shit you could actually materialize into like a fine, normal thing. You know what I mean? Especially because like most of the time, the cis gays are not going to be like that upset about it anyway. But ultimately he was doing it from the other side regardless. And it was like a lol, look at the gays. You know what I mean? He was doing that type of shit. And it doesn't matter because it still devolved into something so much worse.
Himself has always embraced the persona of an obnoxious, aloof kid who just speaks his mind and deals with whatever consequences may follow. Probably because he doesn't think before speaking. He attracts an audience of preteens because that's basically what he is as far as maturity goes. He speaks their language, which is okay when he's playing video games and freestyling with Ski Mask the Slump God, but not as okay when he's platforming people who think the white race is superior.
So Nick, tomorrow is a thing called Day of Hate. It is basically a planned holiday to hate on Jews.
That's funny that you called me.
But we aren't there yet, are we? Aiden's journey thus far has yet to meet such an unfortunate—
Yeah, no. I mean, Jabri perfectly describes it. He went from like, ooh, sussy, is he gay? Ooh, he wants to know how big your dick is. Ooh, to like, here is a literal fucking Nazi who likes to eat his boogers. I'm going to have him on the fucking platform to like talk about the day of Jew hate or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just like he literally had his arc that so many of you hopefully look back in your dark history and recognize as like a very horrible period, which is the PUA pickup artist manosphere to Nazi pipeline. So many motherfuckers in like 2014, 2015 went through that phase on the internet. Okay? So many motherfuckers do that. It's K, he's Jewish. Like, No, it's not okay. It doesn't matter.
Fate, because at this point, he was still acting like a moron and beefing with rappers. Aiden once unknowingly sung along to the